Welcome back to Games Revealed. I'm James and also The Brink, and today I want to talk about a little updates, I should say, with the Steam Deck. Now, it's been a little bit of a slow week. I mean, for the past week or two, with the Steam Deck news, but I feel like we got a good chunk right here. Yeah, it's been a couple days since some of this has been released, but you know what is going to be very new? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the day that Q2 starts and the emails go out. I mean, Q2 started, a couple days ago, but the emails go out and Q2 people are going to be able to start purchasing their decks. So hopefully I'm up soon, and hopefully you guys are too. And that just means we're one step closer to Q3 and beyond, right? So now make sure to listen to the whole or watch the whole video, because some of the good chunks of the news for updates to the Steam Deck are at the end of the video. So make sure to watch that. But before you do that, make sure to like, subscribe, bash that bell with your crowbar. And now let's get into it. Okay, first up, I just want to go through just this one piece of news and we'll get into all the updates. There's two different updates, client and BIOS/SteamOS updates. But the first one is there are, according to a survey, about 0.54% of all Linux users on Steam have a Steam Deck, which calculates out to 7,128, which is not correct, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it's in the tens of thousands. Pretty sure about 7,000 have been sold on eBay so far. So it will be interesting. The reason I bring that up is because I'm pretty sure that is wrong, but it will be interesting to see when things update in the next week or two. I believe this data will get updated in the next few weeks and really see like what the true percentage is of how many Linux users or just how many users have a Steam Deck. That's one thing that I wish Valve would be a little bit more transparent on, is how many units that they've sold and how many units that they've shipped and what they're, and just be a little bit more transparent. I like transparency. Sometimes I get it. You don't want to cause like mass hysteria, which in this case, I guess it's just mass hysteria amongst PC gamers that want a portable device. But I like to see transparency where they can. And hopefully and sometimes, I mean, I know people are getting a little upset with Valve, but sometimes just the unknowns, you don't want to until you know for sure. And I'm sure with all the things going on in the world today, they just maybe aren't sure. Sometimes we have to give the benefit of the doubt, especially with how much good faith they've given us with being able to repair a device, working with companies to repair a device. It's just they've done so much good faith with this device that let's just give them a little bit of slack here, but it still would be nice to see that transparency. Okay, now let's get into the updates. So the client update that happened on March 30th, 2022, if you're watching this in the future, I guess, which I guess everyone's watching in the future from right now, but they added a couple of really cool things to the update, including dual trackpad typing support for the on-screen keyboard, so you can now type with both trackpads, which I believe is a feature with the Steam controller, and now it's a feature on the Steam Deck, which it's kind of weird that they didn't offer that from the beginning, since I figured the drivers would kind of be there, but priorities. This is a very new device. A lot of things had to go into building this. Valve usually runs very small teams typically, so I'm sure hopefully they're not burning out, because they're giving a lot of good updates. So we got that one. And then also you can use the onboard screen in desktop mode, in the game mode on desktop mode. And then also they added family sharing status to game details page. Borrowers will see whose library they are borrowing from, and lenders will see a message if their library is currently in use by a borrower, which is cool. I mean, that's much needed, right? And I love the sharing capabilities. And that's one thing I always forget about on Steam, where you can borrow other people. Like if you're like a family, you can borrow, or family, friend, you link your accounts, you can borrow other people's games and play them. Yeah, they can't play it while you play it, but that's so cool. I'm not playing Witcher 3 24/7. People are gonna have plenty of time to play that. So, and then also updated network connection flow to connect with without reprompting for the known password. So essentially, when you connect to a Wi-Fi and then it reconnects in certain circumstances, from my understanding, it will prompt you for the password again, even though it should save in the device. Our phones, everything else does. Once you connect to a Wi-Fi, as long as there's settings, that don't specifically say not to save, it will save the password so you can reconnect always and always again. with the Steam Deck, it was having issues with that, and that's actually a bug that would have really bothered me. So I'm glad they fixed that early on, because that would have really pissed me off. I really hate those types of bugs, and I've had those multiple times in the past, different laptops. Okay, and then they also there was an issue with installing Chrome from the non-Steam section of the library, and they fixed that. So Chrome's always good, and I agree with this message. So for the Steam client update, which is essentially the UI portion of the Steam Deck, the Steam Deck's UI, is that those are the update notes. Let's go into the really interesting part, which I think those were really important, but these are even much more important. And really, it has a key part in it that I did a video on about essentially compatibility issues with docks and dongles, right? So with that, let's get into it. This is the Steam Deck OS beta patch, and it'll also, that's what the changelog says. It also includes the BIOS, but so it's the Steam OS and the BIOS, and essentially they have beta modes now. And so you can, I believe, enable beta mode if you want and go and be on the beta, the beta track, which I'd be a little careful when it comes to BIOS and OS versions of this type of thing, potentially, but I think Steam's got it nailed down pretty good, so still might be good enough. Okay, they added messaging when a charger that doesn't meet the minimum bar is plugged in, so it will still have a, it'll throw a message, right? So if the charger isn't good enough, it will alert you to say, hey, doesn't give enough power. Added uncapped frame rate settings in quick access menu performance. So now you can, adjust your frame rates in the quick access section. So you can, I believe, do like 20, 15, whatever cap you want to do. If I'm wrong, you can let me know in the comments, but that's what, when I searched through this, that's what it looked like. Added FTPM support, enabling Windows 11 installation. So there was ways to get around it and install Windows 11, but it just wasn't as easy. And so adding this little, this support for FTPM, it allows Windows 11 to be installed easily and run better. So added button combo hold. So then you hold down the options, I believe, button, then the volume down to reset the PD contract in cases when the Steam Deck gets stuck due to incompatible Type-C devices. So this is the way to unstick your device if you plug in a dongle or dock, to be more precise, into the device that essentially kind of soft bricks it, right? Where it makes it so it's uncompatible, or it doesn't work until you drain the battery and then recharge it. I think some people were even having issues even trying to do that. So that's the fix, I believe, which is awesome that they got to it so quick. A week and a half. They must have known probably even before, but a week and a half after we knew, they essentially fixed it. So and that to go into that, they improved compatibility for a number of Type-C docks and PCUs. So not PCUs, sorry, PSUs. And so the whole bricking and the whole problem, I'd still be careful with like really cheap third party. Well, most docks are third party. They don't have a first party out yet, but I just be careful. I just get more recognized name brands, especially ones that are recommended by YouTubers that have tried it multiple times. And there's plenty out there. Just be wary. But I think now the major issues with that are over. And I think with the reset path, you should be good to go with the dongle. Okay, then they also improved battery life in idle or very low usage scenarios, which is awesome. I don't know how much, but and I'd like to see a video or someone that can demonstrate that. But if they can continue doing that, that'll just extend how much longer you don't like that you can just keep your system idle, like, put it in the case, let it sit there for a couple days, and then bring it back out and play some more without the battery draining and essentially killing the device where you have to charge it again. I like seeing that. That's one thing that I noticed with the Switch that does decent up to a point, and then it just dies. Like sometimes it does a really good job. Sometimes I put it in there and just the idle after a couple of days, I just can't play the game again until I charge it again. They improved stability. Not a lot of descriptions on that, but that's always good. It really, they're doing a lot to fix this. They fixed issues where the touchscreen does not work after some boots, which I have heard of that, especially in Windows. And so I hopefully that could be like a Steam OS. So I don't know if that will fix Windows fully. It could be on the BIOS. And then they fix compatibility with some SD cards, specifically when used as a boot device. And so I don't think that's fully indicating that like, you can use SD cards as a boot device easily yet, like they've been promising to dual boot with SteamOS and Windows, but I think it's a step. So really, they're on track. This is it. They are really on track to really just keep on killing it with their bug fixes and with their improvements. And I hope that they keep this up and it doesn't start to trickle off and get hard. We see it less and less. If they can keep this up every couple of weeks, I'm going to be super happy. And I think the community is too. And I think this is going to be one of the most amazing devices if they can keep on improving it. So that's it for the news. Make sure to check out our Discord channel. Give us a chat over there. You can also check out some merch. We have some pretty fun merch there with the new Brinky Boy merch shirt, which is a monstrosity that I love. Beautiful, beautiful boy. And go check it out there. And then also check out my other videos. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out. Later. Oh, I almost forgot. Make sure to comment below what you think of these updates and what do you want to see updated on the Steam Deck next. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Later.